The other aspect is when you look at the markets that are most prime for an out-of-home experience, they're heavily culturally diverse. And I think the next step that the ecosystem's got to understand is everybody on the street view does not look the same between Black, Latino, Asian, queer. I mean, it's a mixing bowl. You can just walk around here and see, and all of you see in the signage doesn't speak to everybody. So if what one person may take up, I just totally ignored it and blanked out. So, I mean, I did take a shot at the revolving billboards because it had Lenny Kravitz on it, who obviously spoke to me. The ads before didn't, so I waited for it to scroll up. I mean, part of it is when you have those, you have the opportunity to shift the screen to connect to the next person walking up and the next person walking up. But I think that's going to be a huge piece, is really breaking down the cultural landscape in these metropolis of cities, especially when there's a major migration pattern. If you look at the influx into Austin and influx to Miami, part of it is a different demographic moving in. Yep. Or the demographic left Miami and went to Orlando, which now has changed the demographic of what Orlando used to be for so many years outside of the sort of Disney bubble. And I think that's where a lot of the information, not only data in terms of what's connecting between screens and devices, is the people who are in front of the screens are such a mix. So when brands say, I have a multicultural effort or I have a consumer segmentation campaign, they have to have confidence you can get to them. Because part of my issue with buying out of home over the years, there's someone who's largely bought multicultural. I'm like, well, our target is X. What is the confidence level which you're just going to reach them and not? And then some of it becomes rather antiquated. It's like, well, okay, I get a bus stop in Harlem, reaches a largely Black community, but we need a little bit more than that, because there's all these audiences layers that programmatic has gifted us that now require the same layer to be put to any form of marketing spend. And I think that's the next gap that has to be closed, so you can buy at the same confidence that you can buy, let's say, targeting someone of a certain ethnicity on Facebook network.